So today I am going to discuss factors influencing or modifying toxicity. So in this factor influencing toxicity, there are four concern things are coming. What it means? It means under these factors which influence the toxicity, toxicant is coming. Then toxicant is affecting toxicity on which host. So host is coming, and in between toxicant and host animal or subject, environment is coming. And the last one is the condition under the toxicant. So these four things that are coming which influencing the or modifying the toxicity. So under the factors which influences the toxicity are factors related to toxicant. That toxicant is affecting on host. So factors in host animals or subject. Next is these two are coming under the environment. So environmental factor, that is also called external factor. And the last one is the factors related to toxicant, but the exposure condition. So factors related to exposure condition. So factors which influencing the toxicity are toxicant related, host related, environment related, and the last one is the factors of toxicant exposure condition. So these four factors play very important role to produce the toxicity. So first we have to discuss the factors in concern to the toxicant. So toxicant, as we earlier mentioned, is also called poison. So factors under the toxicants, or you can say any xenobiotics which is having the property to produce the toxicity is toxicant. So the toxicant factors are the type of salt of that toxicant, then the dosage form of the toxicant, in which form that toxicant are coming, then the composition of sample. Under the composition of sample of toxicant is concerned, this is telling about whether any impurities is having with the main toxicant or not. Then the formulation of the toxicant or vehicle effect, and the last one under the toxicant is physicochemical property of toxicant, which is amongst all are very important. Under the physicochemical properties of toxicant is concerned, that is coming the lipid solubility of the toxicant, the ionization of toxicant, the polarity of the toxicant, and the last one under the physicochemical property of toxicant is its molecular weight. So we are going to discuss the one by one that concern to factor intoxicants are. The first one is the salt form of the toxicant. So why this salt form of the toxicant is important? Because different salt form of toxicant having different solubility, and because of different solubility, its bioavailability of the toxicant is variable. What it means, if a toxicant is more soluble, that means that is more biologically available to the host or to the patient. So therefore more toxicity occur. If there is a less solubility, So less bioavailability, less absorption, and therefore less toxicity. So that is why the salt form of the toxicant is the very, very important form. Here we are going to discuss some of the example. Take the example, the one salt barium sulfate and barium chloride. In these two form, the sulfate is less soluble. That means ki if the barium sulfate is less soluble, that means ki its bioavailability, available for its biological action is less, so there is less toxicity as compared to the barium chloride. Now we have to discuss another toxicant, that is the red phosphorus. Red phosphorus and yellow phosphorus. In this red phosphorus and yellow phosphorus, red phosphorus is insoluble and non-volatile. If a agent or toxicant is insoluble, means ki this is less dissolution, less absorption, less bioavailability, that means ki less toxic. So when you are going to compare the red phosphorus and yellow phosphorus, you will find yellow phosphorus toxicity is more as compared to red phosphorus. The reason behind this is that red phosphorus is possessing insolubility, and because of this less bioavailability, less toxicity. Now we have to go through the dosage form of the toxicant. So when you are considering the dosage form of the toxicant, then toxicant may be coming in the form of solution, you are applying in the form of solution. Toxicant may be coming in the form of emulsion, it may be in the suspension form, it may be in the form of capsule, it may be under the tablets, or it may be under the sustained release. When you are going to compare these all form of the toxicant, amongst these all, solution form of toxicant is or are going to produce higher toxicity. The reason behind that is this solution is possessing or are possessing more solubility, more absorbability, more bioavailability, so more toxicity. So the absorption is decreasing as the pattern is shown here, means ki solution is the highest solubility, higher absorbability as compared to emulsion and compared to suspension and compared to capsule, tablet and sustained release of the product. So therefore their toxicity are also variable. What it means, suspension is less toxic than the emulsion, then the solution, and more toxic than the capsule and tablets. So this is very, very important regarding the dosage form of the toxicant is concerned. Now we have to go through the another property of the toxicant, that is the composition of the sample. What it means, if a toxicant is not pure and possessing some contaminant with this main toxicant, then the chances is that that contaminant, that impurity may have some toxic property. Say the example of 2,4,5-T. So what is this? This is an insecticide. So this 2,4,5-T usually not pure as possessing contaminants like dioxin or this is TCDD. So this contaminant dioxin, or you can say the TCDD, is possessing higher property of toxicity. Therefore, this toxicant 2,4,5-T is not usually going to produce the toxicity to the extent that dioxin is producing. So toxicity is because of the dioxin in the form of impurity or contamination present in the main insecticidal drug, that is the 2,4,5-T. Now we have to go through the formulation and vehicle effect. Means ki if a formulation of a toxicant it varied How? Say the example of pesticide used for the plant pesticide. This pesticide usually possessing more toxicity to the animal as compared to the plant. Why? Because these pesticides are accumulating more amount as compared to plant in animals. The part is hair or skin. So when you are going to compare the toxicity of pesticide, plant versus animal, you will find the pesticide possessing the accumulation property in animal hair or animal skin. So therefore this formulation of pesticide is rather more toxic for the animals than the plant. So that is why the formulation is also very important. Take the another example also. The benzene hexachloride BHC is one of the most important organochlorine insecticide. This BSC, when you are going to apply where the oil is present as in the form of vehicle, then this is going to produce quick absorption. What it means, if you are applying this BSC to an animal, and on that area where you are applying BSC, and there you will find the oil or the fat is there, then the BHC absorbability is more as compared to the simple area where the fat is not there. So the more absorption of the BSC occur in oily region or in oily vehicle, therefore quick absorption, so more amount of the BSC get absorbed and the chances of toxicity is more. So that is why the vehicle is very important. Now we have to go through the last property of the toxicant, that is the physicochemical property of toxicant. So we already mentioned that the physicochemical property of toxicant in form of its lipid solubility, is in form of ionization, in form of polarity, in form of molecular weight, in form of plasma protein binding. So if a toxicant is more lipid soluble, the chances of toxicity is more. Because if a drug or if a toxicant is lipophilic in nature, lipid soluble in nature, the absorption of the lipid soluble genobiotics is more or toxicant is more. So if more absorption is there, then the bioavailability is more, so more toxicity is there. Let's say here the example is thiopentone. So what is this thiopentone? Thiopentone is the barbiturate used as a sedative. So if this thiopentane, when you are going to compare with the barbituric acid, thiopentane is also a derivative of barbituric acid, then you will find this thiopentane, because of its more lipid solubility or more lipophilic in nature as compared to barbituric acid, the thiopentane absorb more amount, more absorption, more bioavailability, more toxicity as compared to barbituric acid. So therefore this is very important. Simply the toxicant which are having more lipophilic in nature, more lipid solubility, more toxicity, they as compared to the less lipid soluble toxicant. So this is very important. Now we have to move on the degree of ionization. If a toxicant is possessing more ionizing property, means they are going to ionize very quickly at physiological pH, either in present in the GI tract or either in the present in the body like in plasma or anywhere that the toxicant is going to distribute. So if at physiological pH, if the ionization of a toxicant is more, so toxicant gets ionized, then you are knowing that the more ionized compound are less absorbed. and easily excreted out from the body. So if the toxicant is less absorbed, means less bioavailability, and also its route excretion is also faster, then the toxicant is, should be excreted fastly from the body, so therefore less toxicity. So therefore those toxicant which are going to be ionized very easily at physiological pH, if they are possessing the compound like the carboxyl, like the amines, like the phosphate, like the sulfate. So if these compounds are present in the toxicant, then the ionization of the toxicant is more, and less absorption, less bioavailability, less toxicity. So this is about the degree of ionization of the toxicant. Now the same is the polarity. If a drug is a more polar, that means more ionization, less absorption, less bioavailability. If a drug or toxicant is non-polar, less ionization and less property to cross the membrane, and therefore less absorbability, less bioavailability and less toxicity when you are going to compare with the polar compound. Now we have to go through the molecular weight of the toxicant. As you know, the size of any toxicant or xenobiotic or a compound or a drug is very, very important. If a drug or toxicant or xenobiotic is more bigger in size, their absorption is less. So size is very, very important also. So those toxicants that are possessing low molecular weight are readily absorbed, and though as compared to the larger in molecular weight or larger in size. So therefore the toxicant as compared to the high molecular weight, low molecular weight toxicant is easily absorbed or are easily absorbed, more bioavailability, more toxicity. So this is also very, very important property coming under the physicochemical property of the toxicant. Now we have to go through the plasma protein binding of a toxicant. Take the example of warfarin. Warfarin usually having or many other compound also possessing very high plasma protein binding property. So if a compound or a toxicant possessing high plasma protein binding, their free compound presence in plasma is less. So if the toxicant is in bind form, the more amount is in bind form, that means less amount is free form. So only those toxicant are going to produce toxicity that are in free form. So those toxicant possessing high plasma protein binding, they are usually bind with the albumin and their free form is very less. So if less free form is there, then the less toxicity occur, because for the action of a drug, a xenobiotic or a toxicant, it must be in free form. So only free form of the drug or xenobiotic or toxicant is passes across the membrane or going to produce its action. So therefore this is one another important property. And not only that, the rate of excretion is also reduced if the drug is in bind form, because bind form is itself is more bigger in size, because this is bind with the plasma protein like albumin. So these are all the properties that we are discussed here are mainly or only concerned to the toxicant. So where this toxicant is going? Toxicant is going inside the host, inside the subject. So now we are going to concern to the factor concerned to the subject or factor concerned to the host. So now we are going to discuss the factor which influence the toxicity is in relation to host animal or subject. So subject concerned factors are its species, its breed, its strain, its sex, pregnancy, lactation, its age, its body weight, its emotional status, its genetic status, its hormonal status, its nutritional status, the tolerance, then the individual differences, then the disease and pathological state of the patient. So these all are the factors which are concerned to the host animal or the subject. So now we have to discuss the factor related to the host one by one, and the first one is the species. So a species, take the example of cat and fish. Why this species is variation? Because of the variation of the metabolism. Why this metabolism is very varied? Because of the variation of the metabolizing enzyme, that is cytochrome P450. So if the cytochrome P450, that is the metabolizing enzyme for a drug, for a xenobiotic, for a toxicant, is variable among a species to a species, then its metabolism is also variable from a species to a species. Therefore, toxicity is also variable species to a species. Take the example, the best one example, rabbit. Rabbit is the species which possesses one enzyme in the liver. We call it atropinase. So atropinase is an enzyme present in the liver of the rabbit, and this atropinase enzyme is going to destroy the atropine or those compounds that are having the atropine like compound, like belladonna. So this atropinase enzyme is going to destroy the atropine or atropine like compound present in any plants, and therefore their action is going to be finished. How? Because this atropinase is going to destroy the atropine. So if the atropine get destroyed, how the atropine is going to produce the action? How the belladonna is going to produce the toxicity? Atropine is going to produce the toxicity. So what is the function of this atropine? Atropine is a muscarinic blocker. So if atropinase is there, atropine is get destroy. So how this atropine is going to block the muscarinic receptor? So there is no toxicity. So this toxicity, as compared to other species, you will find no toxicity of atropine and belladonna in rabbit species as compared to the other species, because of the presence of atropinase in rabbit. Now we have to go through the other species like cat and fish. They usually have deficient of metabolizing enzyme. We are calling it UGT. So what is this UGT? UGT is G for glucuronil, T for transferase, and U for UDP. So full name of this enzyme is UDP, glucuronil transferase, and this glucuronil transferase is going to form glucuronide conjugation. This is the phase 2 pathway of metabolism of a compound or xenobiotic or a toxicant. So if this glucuronil transferase enzyme is deficient in a species like cat and fish, then the glucuronide conjugation does not occur. Why? Because this glucuronide conjugation requires this enzyme. So if this enzyme is deficient, so glucuronide conjugation is deficient. So those compounds that are metabolized by this conjugation pathway, this will be inhibited or not occur in the species like cat and fish. Then what will happen if the glucuronization conjugation pathway of metabolism do not occur in cat and fish? Then the drug should not be excreted out from the body, and therefore it remain for longer time interval in that particular species. So if the a drug or xenobiotic or toxicant remain there in the host animal, then the chances of toxicity is more because the agent is still there, persisted within the body of the animal. So therefore, the cat and fish, you have to be cautious to administer the drug like paracetamol. Why? The paracetamol is going to be metabolized by glucuronide conjugation. So glucuronide conjugation is absent in the cat. So therefore, paracetamol is not going to be metabolized by this pathway, and paracetamol remain there within the host animal, and therefore it will produce its toxicity on that species like cat and fish. And another one is the phenol, also the produce the same way. Take the another example, red squill. What is red squill? Red squill is the rodenticide. What is rodenticide? The drug, the toxicant that kills the rat. So rodenticide like red squill are mainly or primarily produce poisoning in rodent and not for the dog. Why? Because rodents are not vomiting and dogs are vomiting. So even though dog are going to take this red squill, by its vomition action, the toxicant get evacuated from the GI tract by producing vomition. So if the vomition occur, red squill is taking out from the GI tract. So red squill is not remain in the GI tract, or less amount is there. So less toxic chances of toxicity in the dog. However, in case of rodents, the rodents are not going to vomit. So this toxic substance is remain there in the GI tract and get absorbed and produce more bioavailability and toxicity. So that is the important. So this is all about the species concerning property of the host. Now we have to concern with the breed of the host animal. So why this is breed is also important. Take the few example. These are the because if the breeds also varied the pharmacokinetic of the toxicant, like its absorption vary, its metabolism, ADME, absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion of the drug also varied depending upon the breeds. Take the example of coolie breed of the dog. One anthelmintic is ivermectin. Ivermectin is an anthelmintic showing the property to crosses the blood-brain barrier. So if any drug, any agent, any toxicant which crosses the blood-brain barrier, it will reach to the brain. So chances of toxicity is more there. Likewise, in coolie breed of dogs, your ivermectin, that is an anthelmintic which crosses the blood brain barrier, and this ivermectin reaches in the brain, and therefore it produces the toxicity in coolie breed of the dog. Next breed of the dog is the greyhound breed of the dog. So in greyhound breed of the dog, the sedative like thiobarbiturates produce toxicity there. Why? This thiobarbiturate is a lipophilic drug, and this breed is a little bit thin breed. This thin breed, lean and thin breed. So if the breed is lean and thin, that means fat in this particular breed is less. So if the fat is less, the drug is not deposited or not redistributed in fat, and therefore more amount of this thiobarbiturate are in free form in the plasma. So as I already mentioned, if a toxicant or a drug, a compound is more amount is in free form, particularly in the plasma, then this is going to produce its section. So this is going to produce the toxicity in greyhound breed of the dog. Take the another breed of the dog, Bedlington Terrier breed of the dog. This Bedlington Terrier breed of the dog is possessing very interesting property is that because of the genetic defect in this particular breed, this breed possessing the capability to absorb the copper in the liver. So when the copper gets stored in the liver, so this is going to produce the copper toxicity. So these all are the important property concerned to the host breed and particularly for the dog. Now we have to go through the strain. So strain is also very important. If the strain are different of the same species, they may show different variation in the response. How? Take the example of one albino Norway rat. This albino Norway rat, as compared to the same breed of its wild strain, the absorbability of norbromide is more in albino Norway rat as compared to its wild strain of Norway rat. So therefore, albino Norway rat is more susceptible to norbromide compared to its wild strain. Take the more example. Norbromide is a rodenticide, means this agent is used to kill the rats. So rat, as I earlier mentioned, this is not going to produce vomison in rat, therefore this is going to produce the toxicity. But if the same drug or same toxicant you are going to use the other species like dog, cat, sheep, monkey, they are possessing two property to vomit. So if the vomison is there, the rodenticide present in the GI tract is going to be vomited. So therefore, there these are not going to produce the toxicity in these species. So take the another example of the under the strain is the mice. Different strain of mice usually varying its metabolizing property. Like that, take the example of barbiturates. So barbiturates are usually used for its sedative action, and this different strain of mice varied its metabolizing property of barbiturate in different strain. So if a mice possessing faster metabolizing property, the barbiturate is going to be metabolized fastly and excreted fastly. So no less toxicity. If a strain of mice possessing less metabolizing property of the barbiturate, so less metabolized, so toxicant is still remain in the circulation, so therefore more bioavailability, more toxicity. So this is all about the strain. Now we have to go through the sex. So as you know, there is difference in enzymatic makeup of the sex. I mean male and female. So because of the enzymatic makeup of different of the sex like male and female, so because of difference of the enzymatic makeup, their biotransformation of the toxicant is also variable. So therefore the toxicity is also variable. Take the example of female as compared to male rat. When you are going to use a rodenticide, red squill. So what is red squill? Red squill is a rodenticide used to kill the rat, but this rodenticide red squill usually poses about 2 times more toxicity to female rat as compared to male rat, and this is because of the difference in the sex, and because of the difference in the sex, their enzymatic makeup is also different. So their enzymatic transformation is also different. So because of this, their toxicity is also different. Take the another example is the between the male and female rat. Take the another toxicant, chloroform. As you know, chloroform is an anesthetic. So this anesthetic chloroform is more nephrotoxic to the male rat as compared to the female, and you can say there is no effect in female rat to chloroform when you are comparing the nephrotoxicity. So this is all about the sex related toxicity concerning. Now we have to go through the another factor concerned to the host animal is pregnancy. So as you know, similar to the sex, pregnancy is also very important. So because of the pregnancy, the hormonal variance is also there. I mean, if you are comparing a female with a pregnant female, their hormonal makeup is different, and because of this hormonal makeup variation between the same sex, the hormones are variable, and therefore their biotransformation and metabolism is variable, and therefore their toxicity is variable. Take an example. If a female is pregnant, they usually contain high concentration of the progesterone. So if the high concentration of progesterone is there, it increases the metabolizing enzyme concentration. So high progesterone means in that is found in the pregnancy means ki high metabolizing microsomal enzymes, that is cytochrome P450. So if high amount of metabolizing enzyme is there, the more metabolism is there. So if that means ki this is one of the best way to save the fetus. So this more metabolized, so more metabolism, rate of metabolism, then the toxicant is excreted out from the body fastly. So less toxicity for the pregnant female as compared to the non-pregnant. Now we have to go through the one important property of the same pregnant. As usually the pregnant possessing the placenta. So what is the property of this placenta? Placenta itself possessing the metabolizing enzyme. So metabolizing per enzyme is higher in this pregnant one because of the progesterone, as well as the presence of placenta also increases the metabolism. Now we have to go through the more example. Take the example of pesticide. Some of the pesticide, pregnant mice are more susceptible to some of the pesticide as compared to the non-pregnant. Take the another example, the rodenticide warfarin. So what is warfarin? Warfarin is an anticoagulant rodenticide, and this warfarin is more toxic to pregnant as compared to the non-pregnant. So here what you're finding is that the toxicant like anticoagulant rodenticide warfarin, toxicant like some of the pesticide for pregnant animals, they are more toxicity. Pregnant animal, they are more toxicity as compared to the non-pregnant. Now we have to go through the lactation. If a host animal is lactating, then the highly lipophilic drug or xenobiotic or toxicant are usually going to bind with the lipid. So as you know, the lipid is also found in the milk. So the milk, in the milk, your drug is going to bind with the milk because the fat is also there. So lipophilic toxicant is going to bind with the milk. So those animals which are lactating in nature, then you will find these toxicant, lipophilic toxicant like DDT, polychlorinated biphenyls. These toxicants are found in also in the milk. So this is very very dangerous for the kids, suckling kids. Means why? Because these are coming in the milk like DDT or polychlorinated biphenyls. So if this is coming in the milk and the suckling kids are going to be exposed to the toxicant, so this is very very interesting thing about the host factors. Now we have to go through the age. This is very very interesting, and also you all are aware about this. Why? As you know, usually young animal or older animal, they are more susceptible to the toxicant as compared to the adult. Why? The reason behind that is in case of younger animal, the metabolizing enzyme are less. So if the metabolizing enzyme is less rate of metabolization of the toxicant occur. So therefore the toxicant is remain there in the patient or the host, so that is going to produce the toxicity. So therefore this is going to produce toxicity more in the young. Also younger animals are possessing the property of permeability. The toxicant are more permeable to the young animal as compared to the adult one. So therefore, because of its metabolizing enzyme less amount, and also its increased permeability in young animal as well as the older animal, the chances of toxicity is more as compared to adult. When you are going to see the older animal, so as you know, the older animal is under the deterioration phase, damaging phase, destruction phase. So if this is destruction phase is there, that means metabolizing enzyme is also less there, because the protein is less in the older animal. So less metabolizing enzyme is there. So if less metabolizing enzyme is there, less metabolism of the this is less because of the less amount of the protein. So less amount of protein, less cytochrome P450, less metabolizing of the toxicant. So the toxicant is still remain within the circulation and produce the toxicity. So take the example like the carbon monoxide. So as you know, the vehicle effluent, when you are in diesel engine or petrol engine vehicle, if you are stuck in the car, and if an adult get stuck, then the chances of mortality is less as compared to a kid, because the kids are more susceptible to the gas like carbon monoxide. That is the vehicle effluent. And why? Because this carbon monoxide in young, their binding capability with the hemoglobin is more. So more hemoglobin of young is bind with the carbon monoxide and going to produce the toxicity as compared to the adult. Take the more example of the organochlorine insecticide. Organochlorine insecticide like chlordane, dieldrin, linden. These all are organochlorine insecticide, and they are more susceptible to young are more susceptible to these organochlorine insecticide. So this is about the age. Now we have to go through the body weight and the composition. So body weight is also very very important factors coming under the factor influencing the toxicity. Why? If take the example of sedative barbiturate. So when you are going to give a sedative barbiturate in lean and thin animal, because the barbiturate is lipophilic in nature, in lean and thin animal, they are going to be more amount in free form in plasma, and therefore more toxicity is there. However, if an animal is obese in nature, which means more fat in nature, more fat is there. So if the agent is lipophilic in nature, that agent barbiturate, toxicant barbiturate get redistributed or distributed in fat, or less amount of the barbiturate are in free form in plasma, then therefore less toxicity as compared to the lean and thin animal. So this is very very important. Take the another just opposite contradictory example. If a drug or toxicant is water soluble, so in case of abuse animal, more fat is there, less water is there. So if the water is less, that means ki the more amount of the drug or higher amount of drug or toxicant or xenobiotic will found in the plasma, and therefore it is going to produce more toxicity when you are considering the water soluble toxicant. However, just opposite, when you are considering the lipid soluble agent, this is producing less toxicity in the abuse animal. If the toxicant is the water soluble, then this is going to produce the less toxicity for the abuse animal. So this is very very important and interesting, and you have to understand it very correctly. The best example is the pig. As you know, the pig is having very high concentration of the fat. That means if you are using an aesthetic barbiturate for the pig, you have to use higher concentration. Why? Because the pig is having higher storage of the fat. So the fat in fat, the anesthetic barbiturate is get redistributed. That means if free drug of barbiturate are found less in the plasma, therefore less drug in free form in the plasma, so its action is also less. So for the production of its action, more amount of anesthetic is required to produce anesthesia in pig. So this is very very important. Now we have to go through the other factor related to the host factor, and that is the genetic status of the animal. So this is very very important. Take the example of one enzyme, glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenase. So the animal which are deficient in this enzyme, because this enzyme is usually participating in maturation of red blood cells. I means this enzyme is required for the maturation of the RBC. That means if the enzyme is lacking, that means RBC is the not fully mature. So if you are if your RBC is sensitive to some drug and you are deficient in glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenase, then this is going to produce the high hemolysis and the toxicity. Therefore, the individual which are deficient in glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenase are going to produce hemolysis with the drug like sulfonamide, anti-inflammatory drug, analgesic drug aspirin, and acetanilide. So this is very very interesting example. These drug are going to produce more toxicity in the species which are deficient in this enzyme. Take the another enzyme, NAT192. What is this? This enzyme is metabolizing enzyme, N-acetyltransferase. So this NAT1, NAT2, NAT2 is the slow acetylator. Slow acetylator means कि the agent is going to be acetylate slowly. So if less acetylation or slow acetylation is there, less metabolism of the drug is there. So the drug to be remain there within the patient for longer time interval. Therefore, this is going to produce the toxicity. That means that those patient or host having the gene in prominence like NAT NAT2, they are slow acetylator, and those drugs that are metabolized by mainly by this pathway, and if this is deficient, then the drug is metabolized slowly and the chances of toxicity is more. Take the example, one antihypertensive drug, the drug used for the blood pressure is hydralazine. Hydralazine is also one of the pathway to metabolized by NAT2 pathway. So if a patient is possessing NAT2 enzyme gene, then the hydrazine is slowly metabolized. Therefore, hydrazine is remain there within the host for longer time interval, and therefore this is going to produce the toxicity. So this is a very important one. Now we have to go through the emotional status of the patient or of the host animal. If a host animal is excited one and there you are using any depressant, then for the same activity as compared to the unexcited animal, you have to use more amount. Take the example, if an example excited animal is excited and you are using CNS depressant, for that you have to use higher concentration to produce the depression action as compared to the normal animal. So this is about the emotional status. Now we have to go through the hormonal status other than pregnancy and sex. So other than pregnancy and the sex, the hormonal status are hyperthyroidism and hyperinsulinism. So if a patient is hyperthyroidism, and if the hyperthyroidism means कि they hyperthyroidism patient are usually having hypo or more metabolization by the hydroxylation pathway. However, also decreased by demethylation pathway. What it means, कि if a patient is hyperthyroidism, they may have increase and decrease metabolism, like hydroxylation is increase and demethylation is decrease. So this is very important in these patient. So if you are using a toxicant that are metabolized by hydroxylation process, then the drug should be easily metabolized and excreted out from the body. Now we have to go through the another property. When you are removing the adrenal gland, so this is called adrenal ectomized rat, means ki the rat in which you have removed the adrenal gland. So adrenal gland releasing very important hormone, adrenaline, that is a stress fighting hormone. So if you are removing a stress fighting hormone adrenaline, I mean you are removing this adrenal gland, therefore you will find less amount of stress fighting hormone adrenaline. So animals are more susceptible to the toxicant. Now we have to go through the nutritional status of the host or the subject. If the nutritional status of the animal or the host animal is good, then their pharmacokinetic property or toxicokinetic property is also good. So if this is not good or compromised, then their pharmacokinetic properties also get impaired. So this is very important. If a patient or an animal or a subject is possessing less protein or less calorie, or you can say protein calorie malnutrition, then the toxicant pharmacokinetic property, that is called toxicokinetics, that means absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion of the toxicant also varied or get impaired. Take the example protein deficiency. If a animal is protein deficient, so therefore the metabolizing enzyme that is called microsomal enzyme that is called cytochrome P450 enzyme is also less, because these are the protein. So if the protein is less, so this enzyme is also less. So less enzyme is there, so less metabolism is there. So drugs should not be, or xenobiotic or the toxicant should not be metabolized fastly, not metabolized fastly, less excreted, more time taken to excrete out from the body, therefore produce toxicity. Now you have to take another, also protein deficiency reduces the concentration of antioxidant enzyme like glutathione. So if the less glutathione is there, then the chances of paracetamol toxicity in the patient or the host is more. So this is also very, very important. If a patient is starved, then this is also increases the susceptibility of the patient or the host animal from the toxicant. Now we have to go through the other deficiency like antioxidant, vitamins and minerals. So if a host animal or subject is deficient of antioxidant vitamin like A, C, E, B2, B3, and also minerals like iron, calcium, magnesium, copper, zinc, it will retard the metabolic enzymatic metabolism, and therefore less metabolization of the toxicant occur, and therefore the xenobiotics or toxicant remain within the animal host for longer time interval, and therefore it produces the toxicity. Now we have to go through the tolerance. This is very, very important also. As you have seen, if you are taking a single drug for very long time interval, then a time will come the same dose of that particular drug is not sufficient to produce its action in the same patient who are taking the drug for longer time interval of chronic usage. This is called tolerance. To produce the same effect in the patient that is taking it chronically or for longer interval, you have to increase the dose. So take the example here, the opium, alcohol, some of the organophosphorus insecticide. What it means, if a patient or if a animal or if a host animal or if a subject is taking alcohol at regular interval, the potency of this producing either its effect is day by day reducing, and this is called tolerance. Take the effect of opium. Opium is the queen of the poison. From that we are isolating the morphine. Morphine is the one of the most usable agent for the cancerous patient for the therapy of pain. So I mean, if a cancer patient is using a morphine for longer time interval, then you have to change the dose because of the tolerance property. The same opium or morphine is not going to produce the same action at same dose for longer time interval. This is called tolerance, and this is because of the continuous use of a single agent in the same one patient. Now we have to go through the individual difference of a host animal. This is not a big thing. If an individual is a hypersensitive, another individual is the hyposensitive, so this is individual variation, and therefore the toxicant property is also variable. So next and the last one is the disease one. So disease condition of a patient, of an animal, of a host animal, or you can say the subject is also going to influence the effect of toxicant. Like, why? because they are going to pathological condition or the disease condition in the patient. They alter the physiological fluid pH, they alter the body electrolytes, and therefore because of alteration of pH and electrolytes within the body of the patient, then this is going to affect the toxicodynamic and pharmacokinetic. That means it will affect the absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion. Take the example, the liver diseases. If a patient is suffering from any liver disease, you will find, as compared to normal animal, the amount of metabolizing enzyme, microsomal enzyme, or cytochrome 450 is reduced. Also reduce the plasma protein binding protein, that is the albumin. So therefore the toxicant metabolizing property is also variable in the patient who are having the liver disease, because of the reduced microsomal enzyme, because of the reduced glutathione, because of the reduced synthesis of plasma protein albumin. So less reduced albumin means ki binding protein is less, so more amount of the toxicant is free to produce the toxicity. If the less amount of glutathione is there, then the patient is having less protective property, and the toxicant is going to produce more toxicity. Take the so this is the example of so one of the example is the ultra short acting barbiturate. I earlier mentioned barbiturate is a sedative. So if you are using ultra short acting barbiturate, they become toxic or enhance active toxic because of the variation in the biotransformation, and this is going to produce the toxicity. Now we have to go through the kidney disease. As you know, any patient if are having any kidney problem, those drugs that are mainly excreted out are going to be clear by the kidney is get affected, like the aminoglycoside. The main route of excretion of aminoglycoside is also the kidney. So if the kidney is compromised, then the excretion of aminoglycoside is also compromised, and therefore aminoglycoside is remain for longer time interval in the patient, and therefore, as you know, aminoglycoside is a nephrotoxic, ototoxic. So therefore this is going to produce the toxicity. Therefore it should be easily excreted out from the patient while taking this drug. Take the another example, mercury. Mercury is also going to be accumulated, so this is also very important. Why? Because this is also going to be excreted out from the kidney. So if the excretion problem is there because of the kidney diseases, how the mercury is going to be excreted out? So it will remain there and therefore going to produce the toxicity. Now we have to go through the other diseases. Take the example, one of the best example is respiratory disease. Take the example the asthma or asthma. So the pollutant that are usually going to be absorbed from the respiratory passage, that are going to be affected in respiratory diseases like asthma. So therefore they are more susceptible to the pollutant like sulfur dioxide. Next example, the constipation. If a patient or if a host animal is possessing constipation problem, it means that toxicant is remain there in the gastrointestinal tract for longer time interval. So because of the presence of toxicant within the GI tract for longer time interval, then that should be absorb more amount is, of the toxic substance is absorbed, because the constipation in constipation the evacuation should not be easily occur, and the agent or toxic agent is remain there in the GI tract, and therefore the toxic agent is going to absorb and produce the toxicity. So this is all about today class. So next two topic we are going to discuss under these two factors we are going to discuss in the next class.